in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows. There's a man with a passion that everybody knows. He's got a collection that'll make you stare. Vintage pocket knives laid with tender care.
Howdy everybody, welcome to HT's EDC. Coming at you from the woodpile this morning. Abby, come here. Where are you going? Sit. Look at that good girl, huh? Look at that poodums. Miss Abby's out here with me, of course, keeping everything safe for me, and we are ready to get at it. Happy Friday to everybody. You guys have made another long week, I'm sure. Getting ready for your one to go. Got to still knock down Friday before we get to our weekend. And yeah, hope everybody's just doing well out there. I was talking to, I was texting Brother Jason. We'll give a quick update on him. I think I've said it before. He is home now. He's still in quiet, not gonna lie to you. He is not he's not through it, through his this surgery by any stretch. He's still got some pain, and he's gonna be wearing, I hope I'm not telling too much, Jason. I apologize if I am. I'm just talking my heart, brother. But I know he's gonna be in a brace for a while, and anyway, there was one small little victory. He was going to have this little wound thing that they were saying he was going to have to wear, and that just sounded absolutely uncomfortable, not good. And they checked him out, and I'm probably butchering this, Jason, not telling it medically correct, but anyway, he don't have to wear that thing, and that was he was not looking forward to that whatsoever, and he's doing good enough. Healing, you know, I guess the healing process, they're seeing good things there, and they said, we're not going to put that thing on you. You can do without it. Small victories, and definitely that's one of them. But anyway, he is home. We were talking this morning. I was telling him, he's asking me what I was doing. I said, man, I'm running around with a chicken with my head cut off this morning. I got to run a bunch of errands. I got a package I got to send out. I hadn't drunk my first cup of coffee. And he's like, well, there's your problem right there, buddy. You got your priorities all jacked up. You should have started your day with that first cup of coffee, and then everything else would have, it would have fell in line. And from your lips to God's ear, Jason, I started all wrong, bass backwards this morning, bass backwards. Anyway, you get what I was trying to say there. All wrong, but anyway, just wanted to let you guys know he is home. His spirits, I can tell his spirits are on the rise. And you watch this, Jason. I love you. I told him we're going to talk on the phone a little later today. He told me give him a holler. He's ready, sounds like he's ready to do, for a phone call. I told him as soon as I got my little errands ran this morning and finally made a video, I'd call you. So I will be talking to you later, buddy. And I love you. Anyway, let's get into the video today before this is 45 minutes long. What are we toting today? Front left pocket cross, always. Got the old Nissan Titan truck fob. And today, this video, if you've already watched checked out my thumbnail, it is about another one of my good buddies. And in honor of him, this video is going to be about him and some of his handiwork today. I am toting none other. You guys know what this is. No surprise there. But I am toting a knife that I got in an old horse trade with old A-Dub, my brother from another mother. And this is the old Remington. What is this? R1303. It's a big trapper. I don't know if you call this a jumbo. I think they call this the tracker. I don't know. But it is a Remington bullet. It is a lock blade. We got a lock right here. And this is actually in saw cut bone. That is not the typical Delrin. I'm not doing this any justice. I don't know if y'all can see those saw cuts, but this is actually really beautiful bone here. Nice drop point blade. Just a beautiful knife. And I am toting this today, buddy, in your honor. The old Remington bullet. And that's one me and him, like I said, we did some horse swapping, and that's one I got on my end from one of our numerous horse swaps we've done. But we're not here to talk about horse swaps. We are here to talk about this guy right here. And look at that big old 4-inch. I brought out the big one, buddy. I brought out your big 4-inch. Wanted to give you a lot of love, and looked like in my thumbnail I couldn't quite get this to show up just right. The blades were kind of blocking it, but this is the guy right here. Take it in. AW Custom Designs. And I know, folks, we're not supposed to have favorites. You know, like you have kids, you know, you're not supposed to have favorites. You love them all the same. You know, you're right. I can tell you this, and I do. I love everybody in this community, and every one of them has a special place in my heart. This guy right here, he hits different. I'm sorry. Self-admitted, he's one of my favorites. We talk all the time. We just click, and yeah. Great dude first, great friend. And as you're fixing to see his workmanship, where this custom designs come in, forget about it. It's ridiculous. He's as talented as he's cool, and the dude is cooler than the other side of the pillow. But we're here to talk. I know I'm making you blush and all that, Aaron. Sorry about that. But we're here to talk about your handiwork and this custom design stuff that you can do. And we're going to show a little bit of it off today. So give you a quick backstory. I inundated Aaron. We originally talked like I was going to send him, I think, 3 knives for some mod work. And well, when we got to talking and all, and I found out that he could do this and he could do that, my little brain started percolating. And anyway, I sent him like 9 or 10 knives. And when he got them, he's like, "What happened to 3?" And I'm like, "Well, I just, you know, I'm saving on shipping. I just sent you a bunch of them," and I explained to him like, "Hey, I don't care how long it takes. This is what I want." Most of them, in fairness, were for lanyard holes. I had a bunch of them of my folding hunters that I just wanted him to put lanyard holes on, because I'm a lanyard guy on my folding hunters. And really, there was 3 of them that still got mod work. So I kind of told the truth. But I slid in another 7 lanyard holes in there, and the guy was a trooper. We laughed it off, and he took care of me. But we're here today to show you what started the conversation. The 2 knives that there was 3. He did another mod. We'll show that later. But I'm going to show 2 out of the 3 that were originally supposed to come to Aaron, and before I slid in all the surprises on them. And let's get at it. I'm going to start with the prize winner first. And I wish, and I know, Aaron has a video that's in the queue. He took a video of it while he had it in his possession. And I'm hoping Aaron, took you through. I don't know what his video is. I hadn't seen it, but he's waiting on me to do my video first on my channel before he shows his. But I hope in his video he showed the before picture of this knife and maybe took you through the process, a little of the process. He usually does of what he does, some of the stuff he does to the knife. But if you guys remember this Baron Son, I got this in another horse trade from another Aaron, one of my other partners in crime, Aaron McCulley, 865. I got this Baron Son from him in a horse trade. And there is a video on my channel. If you want to go back and see what this knife is, again, when Aaron Aaron Williams shows his, he'll probably show it all at one time. But as far as mine, I can't show you the old, but you can go back and watch my video of this knife, this Bear & Son folding hunter, when I got it in. And folks, let me tell you, I loved everything about, I mean, the knife was good, the blades were good. I am a folding hunter fanatic. Shocker alert. No, I know y'all didn't know that. But it was butt ugly. I mean, it was ugly. They went for bone stag handles on it. Does it say that here? Anyway, I don't know. Barron's probably says it on the box here somewhere. But they went for bone stag, and it is real bone, but it was absolutely hideous. It was almost an eyesore. I'm like, these people that try to do stag, bone stag or whatever, just stop. And most of them, 90, I've seen a couple that pull it off halfway decent, but when they try to take bone and make it look like stag, it is usually not so much. Well, this one was a big not so much. It was absolutely hideous. It didn't look like any kind of stag I'd ever seen in my life. And I love stag. I know good stag, and this wasn't it. So anyway, I told Aaron, I said, man, can you do me something? Can you do something? I don't even want it. This needs a whole transformation. Well, I can sit here and babble, or I can say, shabam. Again, you got to go back and look at the jigging. You got to go and look back at this before. Like I said, he's got a video coming out to see where this has came from. But this is just sick. Sick, sick, sick nice what this young man has done to this knife. He has totally changed the jigging. That hideous jigging stag, bone stag jigging they had on here. I told him to go crazy about this. He asked me a couple of colors. What would I like for it to be? I said, don't even try, you can't make stag stag. If it's not stag, you can't make bone stag. I want it back to bone. Make this thing a pretty bone jigged knife. And my goodness gracious, look at this thing now. Look at this jigging. Look at those darks down in those valleys. This thing is just it has went from the ugliest duckling to just the penthouse, in my opinion. This thing is gorgeous. I couldn't be happier. We kind of got I would say a harvest orange here. Got a little red to it. But I told him, let's do like a dark orange, like a burnt orange in the valleys. They could be nice and dark and all. And I told him just go crazy with it. And look at that color. Does that just not say fall and awesomeness? This thing, and of course, I told him I wanted a lanyard hole on everything. I forget if this one came with a lanyard. I don't think this one came with a lanyard. I told him all the knives I sent to him, I said, could you put me a lanyard hole on it? And I think he did on this one, added it as well. So we've added a lanyard. Of course, he polished everything up for me nicely when he drilled the hole. Got all this shiny, as you can see there. And just, goodness gracious. Look at this outcome. Totally rejigged. Totally recolored. Doesn't look like some putrid attempt at stag. I didn't want that anymore. Get rid of this stag attempt and get me a beautiful bone colored knife. Yes, sir. The guy is, and he seriously is. When I say he's an artist, that's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? Adjective. He is an artist. He really is. He does this mod work and all, but if you know Aaron, I've seen some of his stuff. He's an artist. Before he did all this mod work, so he has an artistic eye. So when you send him something and you tell him to go crazy with it, he has that eye. I don't have it. That is a gene I don't possess. Dude's got more talent in this little finger than I do and I got a lot of body. in my whole body. But you can tell an artist, a true artisan, an artist, and that's what this is. This is a piece of art now, and a piece of art that I'm going to tote and be proud to tote. But buddy, you killed it. You killed it. And I'm going to show off one more. Like I said, he did 2 of 3 mods. I'm going to show 2 out of the 3 that he did today. There's one other one. He did a little blade mod. We'll probably show that later. And the rest of them were a lot of folding hunters that you've seen in the past from my collection that he just put lanyard holes on. So, but anyway, this is another one. The second one I'm going to show you. This, if you guys, there's a video back. You can go look at it. I had a Queen number 39 in winter bottom bone, which is a very popular pattern from Queen that they did back in the 60s and 70s. It was a jigging pattern, winter bottom bone, that was very synonymous to Queen, very good looking. But I got one, I think it was an eBay deal, got a good deal on it. It was older, and it was just bleached out. There was one side of the knife that still had somewhat winter bottom bone on it, still had the coloring down in the jigging, and the other side was like completely bleached out. So the 2 sides did not match. One side, I mean, it still had the jigging on both sides of the knife, but one side was just bleached out, no color left in it, and the other side had faded color, but down in the valleys, down in that winter bottom bone jigging, it did still have some darks, some blacks in there, but it completely, you know, it didn't match. It didn't look good. And again, I told him, go crazy with it. He asked me what color, and I said, well, we did like a harvest orange on that first Bear and Son. You know, I got to have some HT red. You know me and loving red. Let's take this winter bottom bone that was kind of a, I don't know, what would you say, a creamy, like a cream colored winter bottom bone, a light amber, kind of creamy white is what this thing was before. With, in the winter bottom bone jigging, it had some dark blacks down in the valley. Down in the jigging, it was supposed to be kind of creamy, amber colored with darks down in the jigging. And again, like I said, one side was just completely cream colored. There was nothing, all the ink was gone, the burn was gone from the jigging. And I told him, let's do some HT red. You think you can do something and do me, totally transform that thing and do it red? From my lips to Aaron's ears, shabam. Look at this. Look at this now. Look at that. Beautiful red tones. And look at this winter bottom. It's still winter bottom. He didn't change the jigging. We just went back and we burned and we inked in the jigging with some nice black, some darks there. And then, you know, the flats, the rest of the knife, we went with red. Get out of here. Get the heck out of here. He has made this knife, again, go from, it wasn't the eyesore the Bear was. The Bear was just hideous. They meant for it to look like it did, and they just, whoever did that, anyway. This one probably looked good in its day, because I've seen true winter bottom jigging, but it was just, somebody had loved on it, used it, let it sit out in the sun. It was just bleached out, and it was looking its age. It was just looking old. Needed some oil of Olay, some face cream, you know, needed some rejuvenation. Well, look, and I mean, the blade meat and all, whoever had it did not use much of it. So, I mean, all the blade meat's here. And now we've got a facelift on this knife. Shoot, this thing can outlive me now. And no telling, I forget how old this is. This is a 70s model now. So it's as old as I am now. And listen to this. That can go another 50 years. And while it goes that next 50 years, good gravy, it's going to look cool. And of course, added a lanyard hole on this one for me. HT red and black. Buddy, salute, 2 thumbs up. I don't know what else to say. It's outside of you, the man. And folks, zero in on that. I've already sent one person over to you. You know who that is. Another buddy of mine. I know he's got in contact with you to get some mods done on some of his stuff. But folks, AW Custom Designs, he's your hookup. You like stuff like this? You got some knives that need a facelift? You got some ugly ducklings that need to look that you just don't like, not satisfied with? Get on the horn with him. Hit him up. He can fix you up. He's fixed me up, and my goodness, I'm beyond happy, beyond stoked. So, just wanted to brag on my buddy again. Like I said, I'm toting one of our... You're in my mind today, buddy. This is a Aaron Williams day. I'm toting a trade I got from you, and man, you're the man. Anyway, folks, just wanted to show those few off. I know he was ready to, he's probably chomping at the bit to show his video on this guy, and he will take you through the process, I'm pretty sure, of how the ugly duckling got to be this showpiece that it is now, and show you all in detail what he did to it. You know, me explaining it to you doesn't do it any justice. He can explain it to you in the eye of an artist. So stay tuned for that. We love you. Hit the 2 buttons. Watching now, hit that like button for me. Got another one over here, the on-screen family button, that little bell thing. If you like stuff like this, I do it all the time. Maybe consider joining up. I love having you. We love growing this thing, and it's a passion of mine. I hope that comes through on my videos, and I enjoy doing it, and I'm sure I enjoy doing it more than you enjoy listening to it, but a few of you seem to enjoy it, so I keep doing it. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Once again, I love you. For Abby, who is off chasing them squirrels right now, God bless. We're out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT's EDC.